In today's lesson, we will be looking at how to use Google Docs. If you are a beginner and you are looking to learn how to use Google Docs, make sure that you watch the entire video. In order to get access to Google Docs, you need a Google account. If you are looking to learn how to create a Google account, I will leave the link in the description so that you check that video out. Now, after having a Google account or after successfully creating a Google account, all you have to do is open your browser and then open a new tab. Over here in your tab, navigate your mouse to Google Apps, then you click on it. When you click on Google Apps, you navigate your mouse to Google Drive. Okay, make sure that you click on Google Drive. Over here in Google Drive, you navigate your mouse to new and then you click on it. When you click on it, you get options like new folder, which is create a new folder. You can upload a file, you can upload a folder, and there is Google Docs, Google Sheet, Google Slides, Google Forms, and there is more as well. But what we want to focus on is to create a new folder. Then after that, we can create our Google Docs file inside that folder. So we'll go ahead and create a new folder by clicking on new folder. When you create a folder, it will be saved in My Drive. Whenever you need that particular folder, you have to navigate your mouse to My Drive. Then you see your folder over here. You can customize your folder, but that is not the purpose of today's video. If you are looking to learn that, do what to subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss out on any tutorial. Now that we have our folder, we are going to double click in our folder and then we select new over here. Then we click on Google Docs. This is the interface for Google Docs. Over here, you can type the name of your document, would say tutorial, all right, and then it saves to your drive for you. You don't have to save anything, it automatically saves to your drive for you. And over here, when you navigate your mouse to file and you click on file, there are a couple of options over here. We are going to explore this one by one, and then under edit, we have the same things as well. When you click on view, there are a couple of items, and insert, there are a couple of items here as well. There is format, tools, extensions. Extensions are like add-ons that improves the functionality of whatever you are doing. And when you click on help, you can search for help. If you have any questions or difficulties with Google Docs, you can use this option. But the purpose of today's tutorial is to teach you all that. But just in case you need additional help, you can do that. There is a tutorial on training as well, and there are a couple of updates, and you can rate Google Docs as well. You can then go ahead and read your privacy policy and terms of service, and then the juicy one, keyboard shortcuts. If you are somebody that loves keyboard shortcuts, you can explore this as well. I will be using this sample test for our demonstration. Over here, you can undo a mistake and you can redo when you want to redo something. And over here, you can print when you are ready to print your text. If you're ready to print your text, you can click on print, and then you have the format in which your document will be printed in. You can only do this if you have a printer at home. Click on cancel. And with this, you can zoom in your text. When you click on 125%, it will zoom in for you. And when you click on 50%, it will zoom out for you. Over here at styles, we have title, subtitle, heading, heading 2, heading 3, and there are other options that you can customize. In case you want to apply this particular style to the title, all you have to do is click on this and select title, and then click on apply title, and then it's going to apply the title for you. In case you want to this particular title to be a heading 1 or 2, you double click to select the text, then you go back to the styles, and then you select heading 1, and heading 1 will be applied here for you as well. Now you can use this option to change the font size. You can select a text by highlighting the whole thing or double clicking to select the entire thing. And then you can decrease the font size or increase the font size with these options over here. You then go ahead and select the font size that you prefer. And then you can also use this option bold. There is bold, italic, underline, and then text color. I'll go ahead and select this particular word, contrary, and then click on bold. When I click on bold, the text will be boldened for me, And when I select italic, it will be slanted. And when I select underline, it will underline the particular text that I have selected. So this is how it's going to be. Now over here, in case you want to change the color of the text, first of all, you need to select the text that you want to change the color of. For instance, let's say that I want to change the color of this whole text. I'm going to select the text and then head over to text color and choose the color that I prefer. So now when you select the text color, it's going to give you this color that you are seeing. The color of the text will change to the color that you selected. This is how you go about changing the text color. Now we would talk about inserting a link. Okay. Now in case you want to insert a link, for instance, at this portion of your text or your whatever you are writing, in case you want to insert a link, you'd highlight the text first and then you select insert link. Now over here, you are going to input the URL. So you go ahead and select the URL, then you input it here so that you click on apply. One thing that you can also do is that you can remove the underline. So you make sure that you select the text. If you don't want your link to be underlined, you make sure that you select the text first, and then you come to underline, you click on underline, and then it will be removed. Now, if I click on this, it's going to take me to the link. It will direct me to the link. So this is how you go about inserting links in your text. You can also add comments to your text. For instance, in case you are writing something and you are not done with what you are doing, but you want to leave a comment below the text, I would say that let me just type something here for you to see. Leave a comment. All right. So when you are done, when you type the text, you come over here, add comment. Then you can add a comment, say this is not this is unfinished. Now I have this, so whenever I click on this text, I'm going to see that this is an unfinished work that I am doing. In case you want to remove the comment, all you have to do is the moment you type in a comment, the text will be highlighted over here. So when you click on it, you see the comment, and when you don't want the comment anymore, you click on these three dots, then you click on delete, then the comment will be deleted for you as well. We would come back to insert images, but we will be using the insert tab over here. So let's go ahead and look at align and indent. Before you can align any text, you have to select the text and then you select, this is left alignment, center alignment, there is right alignment and justify. Okay, so if you want to center this text, all you have to do is come over here to align and indent. Over here at line and paragraph spacing, it's the space between your lines. So in case you want to change that, you're going to use Control A to select the entire text or Command A to select your text, and then you come over to line and paragraph spacing. Currently there it's at 1.15. So when you click on 1.5, it's going to increase the space between the text. When I select double, you can see that the spaces between the text is widening. Now you can customize the spacing. In case you want 2.5 or 2.6 or 7, you can do that. And in case you want the paragraphs to be before or after, you can also do that. You just have to take your time and then play with some of these things. When you're done, you click on apply and the changes will be applied for you. I would go back. When you click on single, it it compacts everything together and it's not recommended. So always you can leave it at 1.15 or 1.5 or any one of your preference. Let's take a look at checklist. Over here at checklist, you can use checklist to generate a list. All you have to do is just click on checklist and you have your first checklist, and I'll say name, click enter to have another one. Age, click enter to have another one. Personality, you click another one, click another one to have country, as much as you want. Now in case you want to check this out, you can use this to check this out. You can actually use this to generate a to-do list for your activities for the day. The same way you can use checklist to generate a list, you can use bulleted point to also generate list. I would go ahead and say name and then age and then country. Now there are types of bulleted list. There is this one. When you click on it, it's going to generate that one for you. And then there is also this option as well. And then there is also this option. So the one that you prefer, you can go with that. You can see it over here. The one that you prefer, the kind of bulleted list that you want to generate, you can select the options from here. All right. Now you can also use numbered list. Numbered, you can number your list, and there are categories. So same way with the bulleted list, you can do same with the numbered list. All you have to do is just select the one that you want. Over here at decrease indent and increase indent, you can use this to decrease or increase the indent of your paragraph. For instance, all you have to do, let's demonstrate that so that you can see what I'm talking about. When you can put your cursor in front of your first paragraph, then you select increase indent. See that it's increasing, it's pushing it to the other side. And then you can use this option to decrease the indent. Okay, you can use this to increase, then use this to decrease the indent. So that is that about indent. Now let's go back to our file. When you click on file, when you select new, it's going to give you a new document. And when you click on open, it's going to open a new document for you as well. When you click on make a copy, it will make a copy of this whole document that you have. So you're going to have another copy of this particular file that we've named as tutorial. And when you click on share, when you are done working on your document and you want to share with others, you have to come to file and then click on share. Then you can share with others. Over here at share, if you don't have the person's email address, you can give them the link. Okay. So what you can do over here is you can change this from restricted to anyone with a link. And anyone with a link can have options like view the document only, comment on the document only, or edit the document. If you give them editor access, it means that they can edit your document. But if you don't want that to happen, you can either give them viewer access or commenter access. Then when you're done, you copy the link and you share it with whoever you want to share the link with. But if you have the email addresses of the people that you want to share this particular document with, you can add their email addresses over here. Okay, and we are done. Now let's go back to the same file again. We've looked at share, and over here at share, you can publish to the web. When you click on publish to web, you can publish your content and everything to web. But this has to do more with an organized content and Google sites. So I'm not going to look at that for today. You can also email this particular file. For instance, in case you want to email this to a friend or a colleague, you can directly email the file straight from Google Docs. All you have to do is enter the email address of the person over here. You can send a copy to yourself, you can add a message, and then the file type, you can select PDF or rich text or Microsoft Word or plain text, and then you send it to the person. When you input the email address of the person over here, you can send it directly to the person. Okay. Over here at download, you can download when you are done editing your document and everything that you need to do. You can download it as Microsoft Word or open document format or rich text format or PDF. Okay. And you can also download it as plain text, and the one that you prefer, you can download it as a web page, a zipped file. Now you can also rename your document in case you don't like the name that you gave to the document. You can always rename. You can even double click to rename over here. Okay, but we'll keep the tutorial. And then over here with move, you can move your document. You can move your file to another folder. If you have a couple of folders on your laptop and you want to move this particular document to a different folder, all you have to do is select move from the file section, and then you select where you want to be moved to. You can select this drive. You click on move and your document will be moved for you as well. In case you want to delete this particular file, all you have to do is click on move to bin, and it will be deleted for you, and you can make it available offline so that in case you don't have access to internet, you can still view your file offline as well. Now let's go back to edit. We've looked at undo and redo, and when you can copy and paste document, and then you can select or using the command A or the control A to do that as well. Over here at view, there is mode. The mode is the format in which your document is currently in. So currently we are editing our file. You can, when you click on suggest mode, it will suggest a couple of text for you. And when you click on viewing, you can only read or view, but you cannot edit. And with comment, you can, when you write a comment, you can hide, use this option to hide your comment as well. Now let's go back to insert. Over here at insert, we can insert images in our file. We can upload. If you have an image on your computer, you can upload by clicking on upload from your computer. If you don't have that, you can click on search the web. So over here, you're going to type whatever you want inside a search button or search box. And then you go ahead and click on it and then select insert, and then it will be inserted inside your file for you. So this image is at this portion because my cursor was right beneath this side. My cursor was right beneath the sample text for demo. That is why the image is beneath the sample text for demo. But if I should put my cursor here and go back to insert image, sorry, search the web, we select another food. I'll go with this, click on insert. It's going to insert the image at where my cursor was. So make sure that wherever you want the image to be, your cursor or your mouse should be at that side. You can decrease the size of the image by using these points. Okay, you just have to click on it and drag to the size that you want. You hold and drag to the size that you want, and then you can decrease it as well. When you click on it, there is this option like wrap text, and there is break text, there is behind text, and there is in front of text. For instance, let's do that with this. I have a couple of text over here. I'm going to go ahead and select this, decrease the image. All right, and then select wrap text. It's going to wrap around this text. And in case I want to move it around, I can select the image and then move it around and place it wherever I want it to be beneath the text. And that is going to be done for me. After decreasing the image, in case you want to still increase it, all you have to do is just select, click on the image and look at this point over here. You can increase it using this point at the edges and on the side. You click on it, hold, and then it will increase in size. Click and reduce, and that will be done for you as well. You can also insert tables in your document. Okay, let me go back and show you how to do that. So in case you want to add a new page, you have to bring your mouse or put your mouse at the end of your page, and then you hit enter twice, and then it will select a new page will be added for you. So when we go back to insert, we can insert tables. You select the number of columns and rows that you want. So I say 7 by 3, 7 by 4, and I click insert. Then I can have my table over here. After inserting your table, there are a couple of options over here that you can explore. There is table options. When you click on table options, you have quick layout, the tables, the columns, the rows, the cell, and the color. So this is the column, okay, and this is the rows. So this is the rows, and this is the column. This is the column. Okay. So when you click on quick layout, you can have center, left, top, and the others. How you want the table to be placed in your file, you can do that using the table options. When you click on that, you can have that as well. When you click on table, you can have properties on the table. So then you go ahead, you take your time, and then explore some of these things. There is also the color for the border color. So you can change the color for the borders. For instance, I want this color. There is red. Okay, I like the red, so I'm going to leave it like that. Then the cell background color. The cell background color is currently white. If you select black, you can see that the black will fill the cell. But we don't want that, so we want white. We are going to leave it as white. Then we collapse this. Now there is also a couple of items here like the background color and then the border color, which we've looked at already. And then there is also the border width and then the border dash. When you select border dash, it's going to give you the type of border. So because I selected one particular cell, the changes were applied to only that cell. So I would go back using Control Z or Command Z. Okay. Then I'll select the entire table. I'll go ahead and select the entire table and then choose the border type. I'll say dotted and dash, and then there's the straight one. So how you want your border to be, you can use these properties to select it. Okay. When I go back and select my table, I can use change the background color to any color that I prefer. So when I go back and I say green, my background color of my table is going to be green. And you can still input whatever you want to input here, age and others. So the color that you want, then you apply that to your table. If you don't want that, you do Control Z to undo the changes that you made to your table. Now you can insert a row below by selecting. So when you bring your mouse closer to the cell, it's going to give you these options. For instance, like you can pin header up to this row, and then you can add a row below. And then this option, when you click on this, it select your cell for you. This selects the cell for you. And before the cell can hold, you have to click and then left click to hold it, and then you can move it around. Okay, you can move it around anywhere. So you click on this, use shift, then you hold, then you move it around, okay, to any location that you want on your file. So that is that about inserting tables. We'll go ahead and look at drawing. You can add anything at all that you want to be added. Whatever you want to draw, it can be shapes, it can be anything. So we'd say shape. Okay, let's go with this. Then we draw that. Then we come back, say arrows. You click on it, you hold, and then you increase the size or you can decrease the size. All right, so when you're done, you click on save and close, and it will be added to your file. Okay, so same applies to the others. You can insert a chart, horizontal lines, emojis, smart shapes, drop down, footnotes. So footnote is when you want to include a note beneath your each page of your file. You can type anything that you want beneath your footnote, then you are good to go. Now, in case you don't want any footnotes, as usual, Control Z. Over here, there is the building blocks option. These are like templates. So when you click on View More, you can see View More. Okay, so there is the email drafts. When you click on communication, you can have that email drive as well. In case you want to insert some of these templates, you have to click on this insert, and then it will be inserted for inside your file for you. Then you can do all the changes you want to do. There is also equations, special characters. You can take your time and then include some of these things in your file. Now with watermark, you can leave watermark on your files just in case you don't want any other person to use your file, especially when you are working on articles or research or anything that is very important. You can add a watermark. You have to just click on watermark and then you select. So with the watermark, it can be a text or an image. Okay, in case you want it to be an image, you select the image that you want from your computer or the web or anything. But if it's a text, you click on text, insert a text. I'm going to type Darley Woolley, and then you select the formatting to Roboto. The more you increase it, the less visible it becomes. So with the watermark, how you want it to be, it's going to be like that in your text. In case you want it behind the text, you can select the placement will be behind the text. But if you want it to be in front of the text, you're going to do it like this. You can select diagonal. You can bolden it. Okay. You can make it italic, or you can also change the text color. When you click on text color, you can make it any color of your choice, and then you can, let's go back and put it behind the text. So this is how it's going to appear on your text. When you are done, you click on done, and then you are good to go. So you can take your time and then have a look at some of these things. So when we go back to insect, we've looked at watermark. You can add headers and footers, and then the page numbers. You can add page numbers to your pages. When you click on page numbers, it will be added for you. Right here we have our page one. This is page one. Then page two, you can see the page numbers over here. Then page three. But in case you want the page numbers to be beneath, you go with either of this. It will be beneath the footer. But I took the page number in the header. That is why it's showing here. But in case you want it to be beneath, to be at the footer side, it will be there for you. Okay, all right, let's go back. So we looked at page numbers. You can also have a look at page count. And then we've already looked at link comment and then the emoji, select emoji reactions. Then you can add any emoji to your text. So the first page I reacted with this emoji. For the format, you can format your paragraphs, the align and indent. We've already looked at all that. And then there's the borders and then the lines. You can increase the border width and then the height and the lines as well. In case you don't want to see any of the editing that you are doing or all the formatting that you did, in case you want to clear everything, you have to click on Control A to select all your text. Then you click on clear formatting. When you click on clear formatting, it's going to clear the formatting that you did to the text. You realize that over here we had a red text, but because we clicked on clear formatting, it cleared the formatting that we did to the text, and our header text is back to left align. Initially it was at the center, now it's back to left align. So when you are doing something, you want to clear the formatting, you can also use this. Is also an easier way for you to clear the formatting. Now let's look at tabs. Okay, in case you are working on different files and you don't want them to be in the same tab or like the same document, you can create different tabs for them. So over here, when you click on, in case you want to create a new tab, you just have to click on add tab. Then you have a fresh page to work on. But it's going to be in the same file, but just that you have different pages to work on and they're not going to conflict with each other. Over here on the three dots, you can add a sub tab, you can delete, you can duplicate, you can rename your tab. Let me do that with this. So I can add a sub tab here. When I click on add sub tab, I can see that the changes have been made. I can delete this. And you can duplicate, you can rename your tab. We are going to say this is trial, and then you can do that as well. So I'm going to delete these tabs because we don't need them. So then we'll go back to one. There's one more thing I want to show you, how to add table of content. So in order to add a table of content, we are going to, you put your, wherever you want the table of content to be, you put your cursor there. Mostly is at the front page of your first page, yes. So you put your cursor here and you head over to insert, and then you make sure that you add a page break. After adding a page break, we go over to insert and then we add table of content. You look for table of content. Table of content is right beneath bookmark. So when you click on this particular arrow or when you just highlight on this arrow, you have the plain text, the dotted, and then the links. I would select dotted. Well, you can select the one that you prefer. I would go with dotted and then I will click on it. And then you have this. Okay. So you have this over here. When you add more pages, all you have to do is refresh and then it will be updated over here in your table of content. When you navigate your mouse to tools, you can check spelling and grammar. You can check these boxes if they are not checked, so that whenever you are typing something, you can check the spellings for you. You can check the spellings for you. All right. So spelling and grammar, if there are any errors, it will be showed over here for you to see. And when you go to extensions, when you click on extensions, there are some add-ons that you can explore. It's not every add-on that works with Google Docs. So you scroll down and look for the one that works with Google Docs. This works with Gmail. So even if you install it in Google Docs, you won't be able to use it. These are the ones that works with Google Docs. There is the marked type automagical forms. So click on view more. And if in case you want any of this, you select it and you install. You click on install. You sign in, allow. After successfully installing an add-on, all you have to do is come over to the side panel, click on show side panel, and then you see the extension over here. In case you want to use it, you have to click on it. Then you go ahead and use it. It's not all extensions that request for permission. So this is how you go about installing extensions and then using them in Google Docs. The last thing we will be looking at is this option over here. You can join a call here, or you can present your file to a call that you've already joined. So over here, you can start a new meeting. When you click on start a new meeting, you're going to start a new meeting. And when you want to join an already existing meeting or ongoing meeting, all you have to do is click on this and then use a meeting link. Click on use a meeting link. You can input the meeting link over here. Then you click on continue. Then you can go ahead and join the meeting. Then you can present your screen for everybody to see. But in case you are starting a new meeting, you can click on start a new meeting. Then you go ahead and use your microphone. In case you want to use your microphone and camera, you can do that. But in case you want to use just your microphone, that is allowed. And then you can see that I'm the only one in this call. So when you are done, you can copy this link and then share with others. You can copy this file and then video call. You can copy this and share with others as well. So when you are done with that, you can use this option to present your screen for everyone to see. So you click on that and then you select the screen, then you click on allow, then the presentation begins. And then on these three dots, when you click on this, you have the option to see the meeting details, the people in the call, in-call messages, backgrounds, and effects. And then you can also turn on captions and others. There will be more tutorials, so do what to subscribe to the channel. When you're done with the meeting, you leave the meeting and then you are done. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any questions, make sure to leave them in the comments below and then I would answer them.